Welcome back to the channel. Today is going to be a very start of a very big project. Before the car show in Atlanta, I bought a dash overlay, and said overlay came from Kouki Racing. Kouki Racing does not make it, but it's just nothing but a dealer for it. I've had it for maybe 3 months now. And the car literally lives in a garage. I take it out once a week, and the dash cover became so brittle that I guess in the sunlight, in the heat from taking it to work, parking it for a day, like literally I only take it out once a week, it had shriveled up and pulled completely off of the passenger side. So I came home the other night and went to take and try to push it back down, reapply the epoxy, and I'll show you what happened to it. So, passenger side here literally broke off just like that. I was trying to push it down and get it to go in, and just completely just ripped off. So now that's garbage. Went to go pull it off, pull the rest of it off last night, and it cracked again right there. There's the crack. I mean, it was already unsalvageable, but like I said, it's complete garbage now. So we're going to pull the dash, we're going to pull all the radio components, everything like that, and we're going to take y'all along for the ride. I'm also pulling my seats, and I'm going to pull the carpet completely out. It's a 97, original carpet, it's never been messed with. I've got black carpet up there on my cabinets, and what's going to happen is I'm going to try, we'll see what happens. I'm going to try to take a heat gun and release the factory carpet and the glue from the shaped molding for the carpet that keeps it molded to the car. We'll see how that works. Y'all are gonna be learning right here with me. I'm trying not to skip any steps. I'm trying to show y'all where every screw is to take out and everything else. So yeah, let's start this journey. Alright, so I know I said I was going to take y'all step by step, but my wife had a friend over and they were in the garage talking, and I didn't want that in the background talking over me pretty much. So kind of let me show y'all what you have to remove, where you have to remove it. Alright, so the center console right here has 2 bolts, or 2 screws. They're Phillips head screws. Remove those. Alright, then you have another 2 that are right here. If you're one of those lucky guys that have a manual car, you don't have to worry about this. If you have an automatic, turn the car on to the on position, don't crank it, put it all the way into first to get the shifter out of the way, and then take and unbolt the rest of this, because there's literally 2 more screws, one here, that hold the radio bezel part in, and right here and right here. Before you remove the radio bezel, you need to remove the vent system that goes right here. You're gonna have 2 plugs, one on each side to remove. You remove those and slide that out of the way. Alright, the center console, if you have power windows, it's gonna have a power window plug to unplug. My car also had a switch for LEDs that was installed way before I got it. Will be removed here soon. Once you've unplugged your hazard and your defrost plugs, you also have to remove your climate control plugs from the back of the climate control unit, which is right here. This unit is held on by 4 screws. One here, one here, one here, and one here. There's 4 of them, 2 on each side. Pull it out, pull your plugs out, and then after that is all of the center part right here throughout the whole car that you need to remove the dash. Alright, then you have to remove the bezel. lucky for me, I have a quick release. You know, we did that modification a long time ago, so all I had to do was remove the steering wheel. However, you still have to remove the top surrounding for the hub, and the only reason being is because this will not let your steering wheel bezel surrounding come out without doing that. On the back side of the bezel, you've got 2 plugs. You have 2 screws that hold the bezel in. So after you pull the bezel out, which is, like I said, screwed in here and here for the bezel, you've got the speedometer back here. The speedometer is held on by 3 screws. One here, one down here, and one down here. It also has 3 plugs that are plugged into the back. They go in deep into the back of the speedometer and can be a pain in the butt to get out. However, I had more trouble getting these out, which is the cruise control and the light dimming switch. Now, if you have a modified steering column like I have, you do not have the airbag system anymore. There's 2 ways to get rid of that pesky airbag light. One is to do it the right way, which I will eventually go back and do, and which is put in a inline resistor down into the wiring harness that's part of this. I have not done that yet. I have the resistors, I just have not put them in yet. If you don't do that, your passenger airbag will not work. It will not deploy if you get into an accident, and just be ready for your insurance to not be happy with you at all about that. However, until I get done with that, I decided to take out the light bulb on this side. It's the innermost light bulb, and I also have like 4 engine codes currently, but I'm not worried about it because I'll be doing a motor swap here soon. So I removed the engine light, actual light bulb, which gets power from here and ground from here. These 2 screws have to be taken out and put back in. But now I do not have those lights on. I know what they are, I know what the car is doing, so I'm not too terribly worried about it. So that's as far as I've gotten right now, and I'm going to get back to it, and I'll clue y'all. Oh, excuse me, one other thing. I removed the defrost vent. This is the one I was most worried about because this is the one that gets the direct heat and probably is the most brittle. And with our cars being 20 something years old, not going to try to do the math right now, it is probably very, very brittle, and I don't want to know how much to replace it. So, or if you can even get it right now, since everything's on back order. All right, kind of give you all a heads up with where the dash is. So the dash is getting its 2nd coat of filler because it still has some low spots from the cracks. Everything else is pretty straight. It's not 100%, but I mean, it is a crack dash. The vinyl should go right over top of this, and I'm just gonna hit it with a sander a little bit more and see if I can get it to go away. We'll find out. And the glue, honestly, is probably gonna cover up a lot of it. So I don't want any air pockets or anything like that. So, all right, so we're back, and I wanted to show you. Last night couldn't sleep very much, so I decided to come back out here and do a little bit of work. In order to get the carpet out, you have to take the seat belts off. Just nothing but a little bolt. Nope, nothing to be worried about. Then you have to get, where'd they go? There's these little plastic clips that are really pain in the butt to get off. Try not to break anything, try not to break them at all. Then there's 2 bolts, there's one here and one on the other side. This lets you lift up the seat. You don't have to take the seat completely off. All you gotta do is do that. And everything will quite literally come out. I don't think there's a clip under here. There's not. There's this one little spot that goes under this that you're gonna have to pull out. It just clips right up under there. And then in order to get the rest of the carpet out, it looks like I'm gonna have to put a factory slit in right here because it is literally
Well, maybe not. Yeah. I don't feel like taking this cable loose right here. Sorry, I'm not there. I don't feel like taking this cable loose right here. So I'm just going to put a slit that follows that cable, follows this hole back to here, so I can pull it out all in one piece. So, and then you have to take out the, I guess it's supposed to be some kind of stop for the gas pedal down there to keep it from going too far. And then the footrest over here, you gotta take that out as well. Once all that's removed, then there's nothing else keeping you from taking the carpet out. So I'm gonna do that and I'll get back with you. Alright, so this is the driver's side. Other than needing to be vacuumed, this is so far how it's turning out. It's not too terribly bad. It's full in the back as well. Well, can't see because I don't have it pulled down there, but it's full all the way across. Now, when you do an overlay on your factory carpet, because that's what I did, I'm gonna suggest that you go out, spend $169, and just buy the molded replacement in black or whatever color you want, because I'm gonna tell you right now, it was a teetotal pain in the butt to get all the factory bolt holes to line back up in the seat rails and everything else, just due to the simple fact that now you have glue that is trying to keep your carpet from actually coming up and doing all kind of stuff. Alright, so it's a new day. It's been a few days actually. Family kind of got some allergies and put us down for a few days. No big deal. So we're back at it, and we're going to try to get the vinyl put on the dash today. Should be fun. Don't know if it's going to be entertaining or not, but it's going to be fun. We're going to start at the top right here, get it adhesed real good, right past the vent. I would assume probably right here is where we're going to try to get it adhesed first and get it nice and stuck down. Let it actually cure and dry, and then we're going to come back after that's all dry. That way we can actually apply some, stretching and try to kind of work it up and over and try to get everything nice and put down. I'm kind of interested to see how it's going to lay down on these creases and these curves. I mean, the factory's done it, so we should be able to do it. That's the theory anyways. But everything's been acetone down except for the places I just touched. So I'll have to go back and hit those again. But yeah, we'll keep you informed on how to do it, and after we get the top stuck, and we'll go from there. Alright, so we got the vinyl cut to shape. Just word wise, when you go to get vinyl and you lay it out, before you stick it anywhere, make sure you use a heat gun on low. You can get these little wrinkles out. I'll do it for the rest of this dash. Fortunately right here it's just gonna have to stay. So what I did is I took DAP Weldwood epoxy, or contact cement, excuse me, and I put a section about, I don't know, from the top of the vent right here all the way across the dash, and then I put the contact cement on the dash, flipped over the vinyl, and then put contact cement on the bottom of the vinyl. Then you just go about pressing it down, getting it into any channels, any valleys like that. I'm actually using the vent itself as my what's holding everything down. I pushed it down and it just kept kind of coming up like this right here. And there's not much you can do about it. You're just gonna have to keep pushing it until it goes down into the hole. And it said on the back of the can, it says 15 to 20 minute dry. When you're brushing it on, you get it kind of thick. you got a little bit more time than that to work with it, and you're just going to have to keep on pushing the vinyl down into the valleys and the channels, and to get it to adhese properly. But after you get it to adhese, then you can go on to the next step. I went ahead and cut my excess vinyl. What I'm going to do is I'm actually going to wrap this around, kind of like so. Put glue on the bottom of the dash and everything like that. The contact cement, excuse me. And then we'll go on from there. So we're going to let that dry, come back every 5 minutes. And all right, so we've made some progress. Still got that one crease here. I mean, there's not much I can do about it. Maybe the sun will actually make it, expand and come out over time. We'll find out. But so what I did is we had it glued to here, about 4 inches from the bottom, and I just folded the vinyl back over and trimmed my edges so it would fit in here like it's supposed to from the factory. And then took a heat gun, kind of heated up the edges a little bit right through here, just so I could get everything to lay flat and lay nice. I've got the vents kind of just in here, and got it just all along the top now. So I had put the contact cement all the way along just the top. So right here is that line in the factory 240 dash, and then it just core lines with this right here all the way down. That's why it's not, I didn't put glue on the bottom of this yet. I just put it inside of here, put the airbag back in place. I don't have it bolted down, so that's why it's just, it's just applying pressure there. I could put a bolt or two in it. I may do that in a minute. Right here is the other vent. It goes in quite nicely, and everything so far it's laying down nicely, and looks like it's gonna be a nice dash after we get done with it. Yeah, we're gonna let this set up and dry real nice, and we'll keep on coming out here and we'll give it a rub down. So I mean, you got to keep doing that. About every 5 minutes, 5-10 minutes, you got to come out here until it sets up, and just give it a rub down, because you'll see stuff like this right here. Now you see it's gone. It's not lifted up anymore. And quite literally, just give it a rub in all the spots. And I put the vents back in just as placeholders. I mean, it's helping hold everything down where it needs to be. This right here is going to have to be heated with a heat gun and epoxy, and then we'll pull it tight, and we'll probably just go, I don't know, about right here next time, and we're just going to slowly work it down into place. We're not going to worry about these sides, like all the factory sides. We're not going to worry about that until after we get the whole front done. And the only reason being is because we got a lot of stretching to do on that. This right here is also going to be another fun spot, just because of how far down it's got to go. We'll probably end up cutting this part of it out and just kind of working it down slowly but surely. The heat gun does make it very pliable, so without burning it, I had a spot right here, I heat gunned, and it went down nice. So remember, if you're going to use the heat gun, do it on low. Don't do it on high. You don't want to burn through it and cause more of a problem for yourself. All right, it's late. It's probably like 2 a.m. here. It's after work for me. Just kind of giving everybody a heads up about trying to wrap the vinyl dash and all that. It's not that hard. It's really not. It's very time consuming. Take your time. Make sure you do it right, because I have yet to have to pull this off, and I really don't want to. This contact cement, some serious stuff. It's gonna definitely be on there. So kind of give you all an idea of, what I mean by take your time, be patient. So if you're looking here, you'll notice that the vinyl, I've got just a little strip right here. Put a little strip right here. I did this on both sides because of this angle. you're gonna need to heat. You're gonna need to use the heat gun. You're gonna need to cut some product off. You're gonna need to do a lot of stuff, and it's best if you just, you know, take little sections at a time, and just take your time and really do it the proper way. You'll trust me, you'll like yourself a lot better. The contact cement, I don't want to move that because I've got that contact cement right here, and really don't want to mess with everything. I mean, it's tacking up pretty good. So in this corner right here, you're gonna have some bunching. You're gonna have to watch out for that if you wrap your dash. I mean, it don't look horrible. It's just the material looks like it's a little bunched up. It can be definitely. I could pull it back up and try to heat gun it, but I think I'm just gonna leave it alone for right now. It doesn't look horrible. However, I mean, it's turned out pretty darn good. Heck of a lot better than the cracks that were in it. So I'm pretty happy with it. It's definitely better than the $2,000 for a brand new dash for a 240. I mean, yeah, it's taking me some time to do it. These areas are kind of hard to get as well. It just takes a little bit more adhesive or contact cement. And this one turned out really, really good, but this one kind of bunched up on me. I mean, it's gonna be down low, so I'm not too terribly worried about it. And I still got this side right here to do, but I'm gonna tackle that tomorrow. I'm a little tired right now. So these corners right here, when you're doing it, they like to not stick too well. I guess it's because of the pocket. It likes to trap air, and you gotta keep on pressing it, just like, you know, the little band right here and some of the other recessed areas. But like I said, otherwise it's turning out fairly decent. I mean, for someone that, you know, something that you can do in your garage and have fun while doing it. Just take your time, and it'll turn out looking pretty good. So in some of these areas, you're gonna have to kind of do like I've got going on right here. I know it kind of looks really like shade tree, but I mean, I had to have something that would hold it down in that groove, and so I just took a little small C-clamp and a pencil just to get it in that groove. So, but yeah, I think that's it for tonight. We'll pick it up tomorrow. Alright, so I know this vlog's been all over the place. Just actually had family leave, and one of my family members is also a car enthusiast, and we had a few beers last night, and we ended up throwing the dash already in. It's bolted in. Still have some things to put back together. We put this in. That's got to come actually back out. This right here is got to come out, so I'm going to pull that back down. There's a plate that has to go right here. I forgot about putting back in. And then to kind of show y'all where everything is, like the first part of the video showed me, you know, showing you where all the bolts holes were and stuff like that. So I'm not going to go through everything, but yeah, it's going back together pretty well. I'm not too upset with how things are turning out. Everything's turning out pretty well. So, yeah. Still got to put the glove box bracket in and start putting stuff back together. So, sorry I didn't go through and show you step by step how to put stuff back in. It just kind of happened last night, and we got to working and talking and catching up, and yeah, this is how things happened. Everything went together pretty well. Still have the dummy pedal and the gas pedal stop, I guess is what you would call it, that keeps the gas pedal from going too far. But yeah, so I'll show y'all. There's no reason for me to do a time lapse. I'll show y'all what it looks like after I get done, and we'll talk about it and conclude what happened and the key points to look out for. So we'll cross that when we get there. There you go. So I'm not so bright. Yeah, we'll cross that path when we get there, and I'll show you the rest of it. All right. So after 2 weeks of doing this, 2 weeks because I didn't do anything really through the week. Did it mostly on the weekends. It's ready. So let me show y'all the interior. How it turned out. After I got done preparing all the new black carpet, you can see that nasty old gray interior little seat floor mat down there. I'm gonna change it, but no more cracked dash. Dash has been repaired completely. I don't know if you'll be able to see it. Yeah, it turned out really good. Nice. Looks like it's brand new black carpet. Everything turned out really, really good, actually. So I'm gonna end this vlog with saying it's a lot of work, but the payoff is great. I mean, it honestly looks, back to factory, looks great. If you're gonna try to wrap your dash, I would say the materials aren't expensive. I think we got 9 yards of marine grade vinyl for $85. We used about a half a can of DAP Weldwood contact cement on the floor and the dash, or the carpet and the dash, to get everything right. It's about 20 hours of work altogether. So, and then reinstalling everything and getting everything back the way it was. But yeah, so that's the car. Do a quick little run around the car. Next is the speaker valence back there, and this nasty roof that will be redone completely. Thanks for tuning in, and if you made it to the end of the video, thank you for sticking with me. I know it's my first DIY kind of tutorial video. Hopefully I'll get better at this, and we'll do more videos, we'll get more done, and I'll show you all how to do more stuff on a 97 240 and a WRX and some of my other cars that I have. But yeah. So if you liked it, like, comment, subscribe to the channel. Please support me. I'm trying to get better at the vlogging, trying to get better at talking and relaying information to you guys.